So Sonic Racing CrossWorlds ended up surprising us with another beta, this time being on all platforms to follow alongside a previous one, which was a PS5 exclusive. The last one, much to everyone's agreements, was very fun, but with its fair share of problems. It was and still is a beta though, so keep that in mind. But the game was a bit buggy, items too broken, and the music sounded pretty generic. That all changed with this new beta. Mostly. I mean, whatever the hell this is happened to me, but it was pretty funny. I ended up winning whatever this is too, by the way. My best guess is that maybe I disconnected while everyone else was racing just fine, but I bugged out and the game finally seeked me back. Though there were some other people that weren't moving at all. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I'm a diagnosed autistic, and Sonic is one of my special interests. Shocker. But, alongside Black Clover and Danny Phantom, and that's besides the point. Danny for CrossWorlds, please. And if you really love me, Sega, put my girl Valerie in. Anyway, I'm distracted again. So yeah, diagnosed autistic, Sonic is a special interest. CrossWorlds had my attention almost immediately due to my history with racing games. I was a huge Mario Kart fan as a kid, so whenever the first Sonic racing game was announced, little me was hyped. I've been keeping tabs on everything relating to the racing games to this point, so I've been here through peak and through hell. Team Sonic Racing isn't even that bad though, I'm gonna be real. I feel like it's overhated. So when my rage baiter friend texted me saying that a new Sonic racing game was dropping after how horrible Team Sonic Racing was received, I was dead set on believing bro was lying to me. But no, it was real. And being able to test the game out has been amazing. Now that a little bit of context out of the way, it's time to start, the point of the video, the review and my thoughts and everything. So let's go. The main differences between this one and the last one is that a few more characters are available, being Jet and his goon squad featuring the world's #1 hater.
Ugh, do you really skate around in those 50-year-old extreme gear skates? Okay, Grandpa.
As well as more stages, being Colorful Mall, Sand Road, Windmill Isle, I deadass don't know how to pronounce Apatos, I don't know, Dragon Road, and Holoska. You guys think they had a little bit of favoritism with the games? There's a lot of Unleashed here. What are you planning, Sega? And the music. My God, the music was upgraded and then some. There's also some new banger songs as well. Listen to this shit. Anybody that tells me this OST is cooked better go ahead and get some new ears from me real quick. Maybe I'm misremembering a little bit, but outside of the items, the gameplay itself seems to be relatively the same, just with some more balance on things like handling. I noticed I don't really hit walls as much as before, mostly, but this time it actually felt more like a skill issue than the game this time, so that's an improvement. The items also seem to be a little bit more spread out, and the more annoying items, like that stupid razor blade, oh my God, are rarer than before, which helped with how hindering they can be sometimes. Yeah, no, go ahead. Just circumcise my car. That's fine. I don't mind. Yeah, take my item too while you're at it. Yeah, just go ahead. It's a charity deal. This game is full-on arcadey level chaos. For a comparison, think Mario Kart Wii. If I can find that clip of the Daisy being Mario Karted and Mario Kart Wii, I'm gonna play that right here. I'm pretty sure I can probably find it because I feel like every CrossWorlds video has made something about it by this point. But the items are all over the place. You're always close to the pack. One item can completely ruin your lead. But at the same time, you can go from 12th to the 1st in about half a second with good enough item luck. And I love it. You'd think it'd get frustrating or annoying, but honestly, it was just funny. The thing this game does right about it is that even when you're getting fucked over by items, you still feel like you have a chance. Like you're just right behind everyone else and all it takes is one good item. Oh Jesus, just a triple wisp? That's exactly what I need. Oh, Nickelodeon slime now too. Okay, thanks. Another really interesting gimmick that they have in this game is that instead of shortcuts, they have a main path And then another part that might feel like a shortcut, but is actually a high-risk, high-reward section of every stage. It takes a little bit longer to get past it, but guarantees something good out of it. Whether that's more rings, a strong item, or an even stronger item inside of a cool blue box that I conveniently miss 70% of the time I take those paths, that can help you get an advantage once you're back with a pack. But the most interesting part about the gameplay has to be the gadget system. This took about like half of my playtime, just how much fun it was. The gadget system is a mechanic in the game. Really? I wouldn't have figured. That lets you get specific perks throughout the race. It can be simpler things like increasing your highest stats, getting rings for bumping into people, or increasing your ring count, to more situational things like an extra level to your drift boost, giving you extra stats on the final lap, increasing the speed of your air tricks, or letting you start with a monster truck at the beginning of the race. For those unaware, basically the monster truck is kind of like the Bullet Bill or a Superstar. Imagine getting that at the start of every race and just getting run over by this one person at the very start of the race. Because yes, you have a lead now, but if everyone else has stronger abilities, and you just have a monster truck in a dream, yeah, buddy, you're cooked. I found myself moving between builds instead of constantly, to the point where I basically swapped cars and gadgets like every single race. Now it's time for me to introduce my special interests. Introducing the Volkswagen, inspired by Luck Voltia from Black Clover, the Nagi Diver, inspired by Nagi from The World Ends With You, the Mona Mower, inspired by Morgana Persona 5, the Tropical Cruiser, and the Choco Mint Mobile. Yeah, I ran out of ideas with those last two. For me and the friends I got to play, this was easily the most part of the game for us. I skipped a word. The most fun part of the game for us. I'm still new to the scripts. Please don't bully me. My partner made a car called the Cuntmobile, and it's literally just a car with a beauty mark, lips, and lashes. It's so silly, and it makes it even funnier that they named Shadow, so seeing bro drive a car like this is so fucking funny. I also really like the sound effects in the game, and I like the voices as well as the voice direction. But my favorite, other than Tails, for obvious reasons, since he's my favorite, has to be Joker. Listen to that beautiful voice. Yeah, the DLC characters seem like they're not going to get voiced. Bummer. Anyway, I think it's time to address this guy. Again, keep in mind before I say this though, the game is still in beta and we have about a month for this to improve before the game releases. That's what the beta test is for. But I would say that this is definitely the weakest part of my experience for me. Whenever you're actually playing a match, everything goes amazingly and it's literally the highlight of the game. I could not put it down. But when playing the game becomes a challenge, that's when it can be a bit draining. It felt like me and my friends spent more time trying to all stay connected to the next race than we spent actually racing. It was always at least one of us that got kicked out, and even worse, there's no indicator for your friends' usernames when you're waiting for a match to start. So unless your friend texts you that they get kicked off, or, more conveniently if you're both on call, you have no idea that bot with your friend's username isn't actually your friend. Be gone with you, Skinwalker! And even worse, you have to leave the match that you're in after finishing the race before you can even invite your friend back. Your friend couldn't just join you and come back in easily. You have to stop everything you're doing, disconnect yourself, invite them in the next match, and then someone disconnects again. Over time, it just became so frustrating trying to stay queued up with your friends that we all just decided to play solo and tell each other how the races go instead. I was trying to record the last hour of my gameplay, but I got like 4 or 5 disconnects in a row to where I got irritated and decided I needed to just take a breather real quick before coming back, just to settle with the last 25 minutes. I hate to say it, but by the end of it, it was just becoming a bit too frustrating, and I was just genuinely fed up with even trying to connect. What made it so much better, though, was that the very last match I had was so heartwarming. Everyone was just spamming bye to each other, and the race itself continued to remind me what I just adore about this game. I felt so together with everyone that match, and I hope that everyone there lives a wonderful life, because I guarantee I will never see you all ever again, unfortunately. I'm certain that my nitpicks with the online will be better by the time the game releases, but that online experience was unfortunately not the greatest. And I literally play Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 religiously, and that game's online used to be terrible with keeping you connected. So I think I know what I'm talking about. Although when things worked out, it was like the most fun I've ever had out of a racing game, maybe even out of any game in general. All in all, I genuinely believe this game will remain one of my favorite pastime games when it releases. I am so excited to totally be staring at the title screen of the game and not continuing to access it and replay the Grand Prix due to the fact the game didn't take me to the title screen as intended until the game's officially released and I can play as my GOAT 9. Oh yeah, by the way, update, the Steam page doesn't let you do it anymore. It only has an uninstall area and not a play button, so shit, they're on to me. Another thing I'd really like to see is that those unique interactions, like whenever you're on playing certain stages, and then like Tails will say something about the view, or if you hit someone, and then they have like this little banter to each other.
A stadium shaped like Sonic? Lame.
It feels like I got those like maybe like once every millennium. I want to see those happen more often. It doesn't have to be on Team Sonic Racing levels, but I'd like for it to at least be once every few races. I swear I only got to see those like 3 times in my entire time playing. All in all, if I had to give like a number rating, I'd say maybe like a 9 out of 10. Just needs better online, and it would become probably my favorite racing game and one of my favorite games of all time. I am really excited for this game to come out and to play as SpongeBob because it's really funny that he's here.
Sega, please collab with Digital Circus, I'm begging you.